we were a nation at war, but we delivered on our commitment to secure the territorial integrity of our nation in the face of a raging insurgency that devastated many parts of the Northeast. We liberated 17 local government areas from the grip of insurgency, brokering and sustaining peace in the Niger Delta has also been crucial to stabilizing the polity. Despite the difficult circumstances presented by weak oil prices and reduced oil production, we delivered on our commitment to make public investments to spur economic growth, job creation, and broad-based prosperity. Agriculture continues to expand our economic base, as do our investments in deficient infrastructure across the length and breadth of this nation. We implemented a responsible and transparent fiscal plan for the challenging economic times that saw us doing more even with lesser oil revenues. Grand-scale corruption perpetrated at the highest level of government is now a thing of the past. Just as the Treasury single account has made it more difficult for ministries, departments, and agencies to exercise the unrestrained liberties that help foster a climate conducive to corruption.
The most important question in this election is, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Are you richer or poorer? That is why our primary focus is to get Nigeria working again. I am strongly of the view that I'm just one Nigerian, and one Nigerian cannot be as wise as all Nigerians. That is why I will offer an inclusive leadership. My plan to restructure Nigeria will lead to a vast increase in the internally generated revenue, both for the federal government and the states, via the matching grants that we will provide to state governments that increase their own revenue. Let me be clear, no state will receive less funding than they get today. In fact, all will receive more, and the harder a state works, the more they will get.
That will be our focus today, so let's just flip over to our studios in Abuja, where Ajuri is standing by. Ajuri.
Thank you so much, Nyota, and welcome to our Abuja studio. I have with me this morning two gentlemen to discuss the pressing issues that are now in the campaign manifestos of the two major campaigns of the PDP and the APC in the country. And to discuss those, I have with me the Director General of the Consumer Protection Council and a member of the governing All Progressives Congress, Dr. Babatunde Irukera. And I also have with me Dr. Mohammed Sagagi, who is the chairman of the Atiku Campaign's Policy Committee. Well, let's see which doctor this morning is presenting the remedy to heal the nation's ills. Let me start with you.
We already know which one it is.
Because that's for Nigerians to make a judgment on. Dr. Sagagi, let me start with you.
Yes, indeed.
So many issues in this election, obviously. Much of your campaign's manifesto, particularly on the issue of policy, centers around privatization, centers around restructuring, and all of that. So I want to get your sense of why it is that you believe your people's policy document, as you call it, is better placed to heal Nigeria's issues than that of the Next Level document.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity to, to discuss this. Before we came in, I talked to Dr. Babatunde that this is perhaps the best that has happened to this country. Our ability to come to the table to discuss what we have to offer. And ultimately is the electorate, the public that will be able to judge. Now, why is our policy document better? 3 things. I think the first one is the ability to understand what the real issues are. We've seen in many other places, it's not about the resources that we have, but it's about the capacity to design and implement a coherent and comprehensive policy. You must understand where you are and what you are going. So this is, I think, what makes it superior to that. The second thing is to understand the link between your economic policies and the polity itself. And this is the first time that someone has designed a document that says that we are not performing, or we are underperforming, because we have such structural issues that border on the economy and also the polity. And therefore, for you to be able to perform, for you to be able to do better than what you have been doing, you must restructure the economy, and you must also restructure the polity. So these are the fundamental things. Understanding what the problems are, and being able to link the economy with the polity. That a lot of the times, people look at what is on the surface, the superficial things. We think that there are more systemic issues that need to be addressed first before you discuss, the next level.
Dr. Irukera, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, I'm not a doctor, like I said, I'm just a lawyer. But for me, and this is my first tour in public office, and I've only been at it for 18 months, and a few things are very clear to me from that standpoint. And that is, policy is exactly what we call it in Nigeria, policy document. And so at best, you have a well-designed document. I'd rather speak to what the issues are. And what I see in the presentation of the president, which is the next level, it's very fundamental. First, he spends a significant amount of time showing what a scorecard is, what the government's role has been in developing infrastructure, how much more this government has done than previous governments, and how ambitious the plans were, and how much of it have been executed. And then the document or the next level presents where to go from here. It's the typical thing. It's a simple architecture, and we have to simplify it. And so if you're going to build, you start the work of foundation.